Hello Libra, Sun Rising and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Libra, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Libra, let's get started. What's the overall energy for this connection? All right, so we do have, what do we got? Okay, we do have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. And then we also have soulmate. And then we also have, okay, stay optimistic about your love life. Okay, I'm getting two separate energies here. So pick and choose who you are in all of this. I don't believe that somebody's actually being deceptive here. I just kind of feel like somebody thinks somebody's being deceptive. I tend to look at deception as somebody who might struggle with trust issues due to like past betrayals that they've essentially experienced in previous relationships. That's primarily what I'm getting. I don't believe anybody's being deceptive though. This has a lot to do with someone's past and very little to do with the person that they're currently connecting with. This individual that has trust issues. I mean, it could be you. It could be somebody that you're currently connecting with. They tend to constantly find themselves thinking the worst when it comes down to the person that they currently find themselves connecting with is basically what I'm gathering. So it's very challenging and very hard for this person to allow themselves, I would say, to go there with this particular person that's just simply trying to offer them love and loyalty and commitment due to everything that they've been through in previous relationships, okay? So now that we got that out the way, let's focus on you first and we'll jump over to your person. Just keep in mind that the roles can be reversed. How does Libra currently view this relationship? Okay. So you're the one that's been hurt many times in the past. So you might be the person that, you know, might struggle with, you know, fully trusting this person. You know, it's interesting, Libra, because I feel like after you went through this betrayal that you went through, you kind of took a break from love. And once you felt like you were finally over that betrayal that you went through, you put yourself out there all over again, and it looks like you met somebody in the process of it all. But I feel like this relationship is kind of highlighting to you that you're not actually over the betrayal like you thought you were. It's basically what I'm getting. Libra. Okay. I just think that you just took a break from what basically triggers you, right? Which is allowing someone to get close to you and putting all your trust and faith into that person because you went through what you went through and you took a break from love. You know, you found yourself not feeling triggered anymore to the point where you confuse that for, okay, I'm over it. You know, I moved past it, I healed from it. And then boom, you meet this person, you start developing emotions for them. And then that's when fear started to kick in. That's when, you know, this past betrayal that you went through, you know, started to cross your mind all over again. That's when your trust issues started to come up to the surface all over again. So the very thing you thought you healed from, you're realizing, damn, like I didn't actually heal from this like I thought I did. Okay. All right. How does this person currently view this relationship with Libra? Okay. Okay. All right. So we do have the Page of Wands. We got the Seven of Pentacles, and then we also have the Six of Cups. Now, this person, this is the energy that they're basically harnessing, you know, right now is basically what I'm getting within this dynamic that they share with you. But I do feel like that's going to change very, very soon. I'm going to explain why. But let's just focus on this real quick. We have the Page of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles. You know, this person definitely sees a lot of potential here, you know, between you and them. This person's definitely looking forward to see, you know, how things essentially, you know, play out here between the two of you. But so far, they feel really good about you and their relationship with you. I am definitely getting that. Now, here's what this person's not anticipating or expecting, okay? So we do have the Devil, and the Devil for me as a reader can definitely represent obstacles as well as challenges. Now, it's like they go from, oh yeah, this is going to be a walk in the park. Like, that's it. This is my person. This is the one I want to build with. This is the one I want to spend the rest of my life with. You know, they're looking at this relationship like this is going to be a walk in the park. Like, it's going to be a breeze. But I see this person getting hit with challenges and obstacles within this dynamic that they share with you. And it is, unfortunately, due to this past betrayal that you basically experienced. So this whole, yeah, this is going to be a walk in the park. Like, this is going to be good. It's going to be great. Like, once the obstacles and the challenges start to show up, that's when I see this person falling into this energy of like, damn, like I wasn't expecting that. I didn't think that it was going to be this hard. I didn't think it was going to be this difficult. But is it going to cause this person to back down from you, what they want with you? No, it's not. Your person harnesses emperor-like energy. The person that sits in the chariot is the emperor. When an emperor sets their mind to something, they're very determined to accomplish and achieve whatever it is that they set their mind to. So you could be dealing with somebody who's very, very successful, very ambitious, very determined, right, to get what it is that they want out of life. So even though, yeah, they're going to find themselves facing some challenges when it comes down to you due to like your past traumas and experiences that you've had with other people, as well as your trust issues, they're not going to back down from you what they want with you is basically what I'm getting, which I like a lot. All right. And that's what you need, right? It's like, yeah, I feel like that's what you need. You need somebody who's not going to give up on you. You need somebody who's going to be patient and understanding and compassionate with you. And that's exactly what they're going to be for you, which is exactly what you need. An emperor is somebody who's also really good at guiding people. So it might get challenging and difficult for you due to this, like, past betrayal that you went through, due to your trust issues, fear, things of that nature. But this person is definitely going to guide you along the way. I am definitely getting that, which is something that I also like. I do like the fact that you're dealing with an emperor. I can see why the universe brought an emperor into your life. It makes sense. But in regards to how you're currently feeling, okay, the fear is totally real. I will say that. I mean, we do have the Ten of Swords, and it came out twice for you. So your biggest fear is getting hurt. Your biggest fear is getting betrayed and deceived by this person. That is your biggest fear. But despite the fact that you're experiencing a lot of fear on your behalf, I'm gonna be honest, Libra, I do kind of see you falling into this energy of not letting it show. So this fear that you're experiencing internally within you, these trust issues that are coming up to the surface, you being reminded of this past betrayal that you went through, and now you're having all this fear that what if they put me through this? What if they put me through that? You're kind of keeping it all inside, okay? You're not really sharing it with this person. You're kind of harnessing the energy of, yeah, I'm scared. Yeah, my trust issues are coming up to the surface. Now I'm thinking about, what said person put me through. And now I'm over here thinking that this one over here might put me through it too. But I'm not going to let it show. I'm not going to let it show. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep showing up. And I'm going to put on a brave face. With the Ten of Swords coming out here for you, that's kind of telling me that even though you're very determined to handle the situation all by yourself without inconveniencing them, I guess, or making your problems their problems, there's going to come a point in time where you're going to start to feel like, like this is a little too much, because you're carrying a burden all by yourself, and you don't necessarily have to do that anymore. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to do that anymore, because you got this person by your side. So we'll see how this all plays out. I can tell you're very determined to face this all by yourself, not inconvenience them or, bother them when it comes down to what you're experiencing on your behalf as far as your fears, trust issues, past traumas, and things like that is concerned. We'll see how it all plays out. How does this person feel? Yeah, they have no freaking clue. This person has no clue that you're going through what you're going through on your behalf, and it's mainly because you're choosing to kind of keep it to yourself and not, I keep getting, not bother them or inconvenience them is basically what I'm getting. But yeah, I mean, this person feels like things are definitely heading in the right direction. They feel like it's only a matter of time before things get more serious here between the two of you, because that's what this person definitely wants. That's exactly what this person wants, is for things to get far more serious here between the two of you. All right, yeah, I figured that was going to come out for you, because the moment I'm like, okay, well, it kind of looks like this person wants something far more serious here with you, given the energy that you're kind of sitting in right now. I wasn't expecting for you to respond so well to this. And here's why. When this person starts to push for more out of you in this dynamic that they share with you, that's when fear is going to start to, that's when fear is going to really start to like hit you even harder than when it's already hitting you right now. Okay. Here's the thing. It's not that you don't want to be with this person, because you do. It's not that you don't want to build with this person, because you totally do. Your biggest issue is you don't trust this person entirely to turn around and make a major life decision like that, okay? You already don't trust them. You already think the worst of them, and it's just getting started, right? So to take things a step further than that, you know, that's where we kind of see you start to kind of freak out and panic just a little bit, because your whole MO is you don't want to go off and build and establish a life with someone that you don't necessarily trust. You don't want to dig yourself deeper into this connection, especially because of the way that you're already feeling right now. You know, Queen of Cups is somebody who desires to feel safe, feel secure. And the fact that you don't feel safe or secure, it's kind of preventing you in a way from wanting to make any major life decisions, you know, with this person. But see, here's my thing, Libra, and I'm just going to give it to you straight, okay? You have the power and the ability to feel safe and secure with this person. And yeah, it has a lot to do with making peace with your past. Yes, it has a lot to do with healing. Yes, it has a lot to do with those things. But you could feel safe and secure within your relationship with this person if you just allow this person to be there for you and assist you along the way. You see what I'm saying? You could reach this point, but I feel like it would be totally beneficial, you know what I mean, for you to allow this person to be there, you know, for you and guide you and assist you along the way, and help put your mind, you know what I mean, at ease. But that's the thing, is that you're very determined, you know, to just handle this all by yourself and not tell them anything and just continue on in this relationship like, you know, everything's like, you know, peaches and creams over here. But the reality of the situation is that you feel the way that you feel. And as much as you want to ignore it and not look at it or address it, it's still there. It's still there, to the point where now things are getting serious and you're just like, oh man, I don't know if I could do this because I don't even trust them. And I think that you can start taking necessary steps towards, you know, trusting this person, but all of this kind of requires you to be vulnerable. And that's the thing, right? Is that in the past you were vulnerable and you went through what you went through. You got betrayed the way that you got betrayed. So being vulnerable with someone is very challenging and difficult for you to do this time around. But listen, I'm a firm believer in this, okay? When it comes down to, you know, when you took that break from that previous relationship and you found yourself feeling like, okay, I'm finally over it. I'm not thinking about the betrayal anymore. I'm finally not crying about it anymore. You thought you were over it, right? You thought you were over it while you were in that, you know, healing like season that you were basically in. And don't get me wrong, this time that you took away, you know, from, you know, love, just to kind of give yourself a break and, you know, heal and, you know, get over it. I'm not saying that you weren't in a healing journey, because I feel like you definitely were in a healing journey, but I feel like in order for you to fully get over what you went through, you kind of have to come face to face with what caused you to essentially feel this way to begin with, which has a lot to do with you allowing yourself to be intimate with another person even after you went through what you went through. I think that that's the only way to get over it. Like, for example, let's just use me for an example. I had a huge fear of heights, to the point where I refuse to freaking fly anywhere. I rather freaking walk. You know, all the way to freaking New York, than to get on a freaking plane, okay? That's just, you know, how I was, because I was afraid of heights. But even though I avoided getting on flights and things of that nature, it didn't necessarily help me ever get over that fear of heights until I actually faced my fears head on and I got on a freaking plane, and I did it over and over and over and over again, to the point where now I don't have a fear of flying. You know what I mean? Now I have the mentality of, you know what, whatever happens, happens, but I'm gonna go over here. You know what I mean? That's the only way you're going to get over, you know, this betrayal that you went through, is by allowing yourself to be intimate with another person again. Granted, I get it. It's the level of the unknown that bothers you. What if this and what if that? I could say the same thing about getting on a freaking airplane. You know what I mean? Like, anything could happen. Anything could happen. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm still going to go to New York. I don't care what anybody says. I'm still going to go. You see what I mean? And you kind of have that mentality. You know, you have to kind of have that mentality of, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but this person makes me happy. I have a lot of emotion for this person. I'm going to pursue this. And you know what? Whatever happens, happens. Just trust yourself that no matter what the hell happens, you're going to be okay. Like, you're gonna be just fine. Like this previous experience that you went through, even though it hurt you and it left you extremely devastated, you kind of have to give yourself some credit here. I mean, you picked yourself back up, something that a lot of people are incapable of doing after going through what you went through. So the fact that you had the strength and the courage to pick yourself back up, find yourself all over again, you know what I mean? Like, that's something that I think that you need to kind of remind yourself of. That, yeah, you went through what you went through and it sucked and you didn't deserve it, but you found the strength and the courage within yourself to pick yourself back up, something that a lot of people are not able to essentially do. And the fact that you also made the choice to put yourself out there, that just goes to show how much strength you actually do have to not even allow that past experience to stop you from loving again. So I think that, you know, it's one of those things, dude, where you don't really give yourself credit. Like, you don't really acknowledge how strong you are as an individual, because if somebody else were to have went through what you went through, they wouldn't have the cojones to pick themselves back up and even attempt to love again, let alone put themselves out there again. And you did that. Like, you did that. And that's something that you should totally be proud of. You know what I mean? You should totally be proud of. So listen, I think that you need to move past this being the betrayal, this being your trust issues, your fears, all of that. You need to move past this. You cannot allow it to control you, and you can't allow it to stop you, you know, because if you do allow it to continue to control you and stop you, you're never going to go get married like you want to get married. You're never going to go off and start a family like you've always wanted to. You're never going to go off and build and establish a life with someone like you've always wanted to. So don't allow the past and what said person put you through to prevent you from having those things, you know, like, you know, the house with the white, picket fence, the kids, the marriage, all of that stuff. Don't let it stop you. And the only way that you're going to get over this fear of intimacy, the only way you're going to get over, you know, these trust issues that you have, these past traumas that you have, is seeing this entire situation through and not backing down, no matter how scary and uncomfortable it may get. Just like me, when I got on the freaking plane, I was shaking like a freaking leaf on a windy day, okay? Like, I was freaking out. I was having like a full-blown panic attack, okay? In the air, you know what I mean? But I did it, you know what I mean? And I landed, thank God, you know what I mean? And then I had to get back on to come back home. So it's like, I had to face that all over again. And I just kept doing it, and I kept doing it. I kept doing it to the point where I'm, you know, it's like whatever to me, you know what I mean? I'm like cool with the pilot, not really, but you know what I mean? Like, you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it and face it head on. You just gotta do it. Don't think, just do. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Okay, we got the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. Yep. In regards to what actions this person plans on taking in your direction, get ready, because it's coming. They're going to push for more out of you in this connection that they share with you. Instead of allowing yourself to back down from something that could bring a lot of happiness and joy into your life, just face it. Just face it. Don't run from it. Just face it, because here's the thing. If you run and you don't face this, love will show up in your life all over again. It'll come knocking on your door like, hey, Libra, I'm here. And if you're going to respond and react to this in this way, every single time when love shows up in your life, you're never going to have the life you've always wanted and desired for yourself. You know, like getting married, starting a family, getting that house with the white picket fence. Like, you're robbing yourself of these experiences because you're allowing the past to have such a massive hold on you, and you're the only one that could break it. I could tell you to break it. They could tell you to break it. The whole world could tell you to just break it and not allow it to control you anymore. But only you could be the one to like break this vicious cycle and not allow the past to continue to have such a massive hold on you. Just because this person put you through what they put you through doesn't necessarily mean this person's going to do that to you. And I think the only way for you to find out is to see this entire situation through, because we can make a bunch of assumptions about this person, but you're not going to know for sure, until you see this entire situation through. I mean, I'm looking at this person right now, and to be honest, I don't see any red flags coming from this person. This person comes off to me as somebody who has, good intentions when it comes out to you. They're not trying to waste their time, let alone your time. I think this is somebody worth giving, a chance to. But I can tell you, like, they seem like a good guy to me. They seem like a good girl to me, but you're not going to fully see that or believe that or feel that until you see it for yourself and experience it for yourself and feel it for yourself. But the only way to do it, unfortunately for you, is to get real uncomfortable and see this entire situation through. That's the only way you're going to feel it. That's the only way you're going to know it. That's the only way you're going to believe it, is by going through it, no matter how scary and or uncomfortable it may get. Okay? So the choice is up to you. You could allow the past to continue to control you, or you could break free from it and go be happy again. But the only way you're going to get over what you're currently experiencing is to allow yourself to be intimate with another person again. Just like the only way I'm going to get over my freaking fear of flying is to get on a freaking plane. And I did that over and over again. You could do it. You just got to allow yourself to do it, no matter how scary or uncomfortable it may start to get. All right? So that is what I have for you, my friend. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.